Hi, guys. I'm Dr. Jenny White, a dentist in Sarasota, Florida, and her fearless patient, Susan, with our podcast, Open Wide, Unfiltered Opinions Between a Dentist and Her Patient. Over the past 25 years or so, I've been sitting in a little room talking to myself all day, and I've gained a lot of wisdom through that process, which I want to share with you. We hope our podcast casts optimism and fearlessness to you so you can rise to the top, stay at the top, and dream bigger than you've ever imagined. You know what, Susan? Let's throw caution to the wind.
Whoop.
And let's
Don't we do that every day?
Well, every day that we're here, it's
is
like,
built on throwing caution to the wind.
Spaghetti on the fridge.
I'm listening. What?
Let's just
What
talk about our
harebrained
week.
idea do you have now?
No, let's talk about our week. Let's talk about what happened, what was good, what wasn't good. You know, just kind of like throw it out there because everybody's going through something and, you know, people can probably relate to whatever we're experiencing.
Okay.
I imagine. I pray. I hope.
All right. Well, I have been out every night of the week, which is not such a good thing. And I don't think people should aspire to do that because I don't think it's good for you.
You look great, by the way. I mean, being out every
Literally, every night of the week.
Wow.
And it's anyway. So so my social life is good. Thanks for asking. Everything's fine there. But I do want to tell you about a work related thing that happened and all sort of came together this week. So Sarasota is celebrating its 100th. Several places in Sarasota are celebrating its 100th birthday.
Yes.
This year, right? And so my company, Sarasota Suncoast Tours, is putting on a centennial tour, which will take people around the town of Sarasota and talk about the iconic buildings that are actually 100 years old and talk about Sarasota's rich history. So I had to pull that all together, and it's a trolley ride that visits Sarasota Memorial Hospital, which is celebrating its 100th anniversary this year. And then we go to the Opera House, which is also a centennial celebration. Then we go to the Arts Center of Sarasota, which I hadn't realized until I pulled this tour together. They, too, are celebrating their 100th. How lucky is this town to have had that kind of vision 100 years ago that we're going to beautify the town with art? I think that's so wonderful. It says so much about our community.
Way ahead of its time.
And then, of course, we'll go to the St. Armand Circle, which is celebrating its 100th birthday this year, St. Armand Circle itself, and then end up at the Sarasota Yacht Club, which is also having a centennial celebration. So it's a very nice tour.
How great.
Yep. So I'll make sure you get the dates and everything so you can come on it. Yeah.
I want to ring the bell on that trolley.
Yeah. So Sarasota Suncoast Tours, you can get more information on it. So that was a big portion of my week.
That's so exciting and fun and et cetera, et cetera. As you know, I'm a dentist and I spend most of my week in a dental office.
Yeah.
And we have an elderly population. And every week, we hear a lot of great stories. We hear a lot of hysterical stories. We hear a ton of fun travel stories.
Oh, good. Oh, I'm happy.
So I love that. But we also, because we have an elderly population, we hear about health issues. We hear about really bad health issues. We hear about, all of that. So I think blending that together, but my favorite part of my week in the dental office is my conversation with my hygienist. Hands down, we laugh so hard all day long.
Yeah.
It is just invaluable how well we relate, how much I value her.
Yeah.
And
she's
just
great,
the
Lori.
fun that we have. Lori, shout out to
Lori. She's a great dental hygienist.
She's a unicorn.
Gentle and
she's lovely.
Yeah.
And so, most of my week was spent with that. Tom had some family that came in. This was last weekend. I think it was last weekend. And we took them out on a friend's boat, and a great thing happened. There was an 11-year-old, and his only ask for being in Florida was to catch a fish. And on the boat, the only person that caught a fish was the 11-year-old.
Oh, that's
he
great.
did it.
Yeah,
I was so psyched.
Yeah.
And on the flip side of that.
Did you see dolphins too? Did he see dolphins?
Tons of dolphins.
Oh, good. Yeah, yeah.
And the birds in the nests, with the, what do you call the markers, the channel markers?
Okay, yeah.
You know, and how the birds build
or whatever they are.
Yeah, all of that. We saw all of that. Lots of wildlife, lots of nature. Weather was great.
Oh, good.
Water was flipping cold. So as we're not, we don't have the anchor down, and we're just kind of drifting so that he can throw the line in, et cetera, et cetera. And I see the boat kind of drifting over into shallow area. So I didn't want the propeller of the friend's boat to get damaged. So I jump in the water. And while everybody's on that side of the boat with their lines in, I'm in and I'm just going to push the boat gently out. No current, whatever. And there was an oyster bed.
Oh, you stepped on an oyster bed in your bare feet?
And I stepped on an oyster bed in my bare feet.
You cut your feet up?
I do have some gashes, not bad.
Yeah.
But when I got back on the boat, I was, trying to make it comical because his blood was everywhere. I was trying to make it funny, and I was like, quick, somebody pee on me. Somebody pee on me. But they were like, Jenny, that's for a stingray or a jellyfish.
Oh, okay. And I don't even think that's true. I think that's an old wives' tale.
Oh, is it really?
Oh, I don't know. Go ahead.
I don't know. Well, anyway, so the good part of my week was great work week, great interactions with patients, lots of, back and forth dialogue, which I love. My practice is a family type of situation.
Right.
Laughing with Lori, love my time with that, love what I do.
Yeah.
The downside was, and the 11-year-old caught a fish.
Yeah.
The downside was I jumped on an oyster bed and, you know, had to bandage my feet up a little bit. And I couldn't get a pedicure
where was the
for
oyster
a while.
bed? Like,
in the intercoastal.
Okay. And you could have harvested the oysters? Did you think about that while you were down there?
I really, after I got sliced and diced. After I got sliced and diced, Susan, I wasn't really contemplating, like, let me go pick it up.
What about lunch?
Let me look about it.
You were thinking about lunch.
No, it was just a blast. And the other thing I have to say about our week is, or about my week, don't ever forget, if you live in the state of Florida, how lucky we are
I agree.
to do what we do
Yeah.
and to absolutely forget about everything and floating in salt water and being on the water and the sun and the heat and it's just in the wildlife.
Right.
Come on.
Yeah. No, it's great. The only trouble with living in Florida, though, to be honest with you, so I spend part-time in New England, and there you have a lot, and I spent it over the holidays where I went skiing, as you know, and anyway, there you have a lot of snow and ice, and so you're inside, for long stretches of time, which you get used to. You keep your pajamas on all day long, you make a bowl of soup, pot of soup, blah, 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 watch Netflix, whatever. But in Florida, it's mostly nice weather. And so you always feel like, I should really be getting out doing something. I really can't be lazing around, you know what I mean? But you have license to do that in this other place because you can't really get out. In fact, when I was there was an ice storm and a tree fell down across my driveway. And you'll be very proud of me. I had to go out with a saw and the tree was this wide and saw the tree on both ends, that end and that end, and then move the thing out of the way so I could go down my driveway. I know. How proud are you of me?
Good for
with
you.
a handsaw.
I was going to say, do you have a little Barbie?
No, but that's next. I'm getting a chainsaw. Yeah, it's kind of ridiculous not to have. But anyway, I completely digress from where we are. Where are we?
We're talking about our week. We're talking about what happened, what was good, what wasn't good.
Yeah. So I love that we live in Florida too, and for all the activities, but sometimes you just feel guilty if you want to just roll over and take it easy that day, and it's a nice day, you should be out walking or whatever.
I agree. There are a lot of, we should be doing things, but on the flip side, when we get those cold days, when we get those gray days in Florida, it's like, whoa, license to stay inside.
Do nothing. Yeah,
pull out the Ugg boots.
Yeah,
pull out the sweaters. Pull out all this stuff, and I love that.
Yeah, So it was a good week that way. Yeah.
So going out every night, like, is it just meetings, restaurants, friends? What is it? Is it work related, friend related?
It's a combination of all the things. It's all of those things. Sometimes it's a work related event. Sometimes it's I have friends in town I haven't seen for a while, so that was last night, and so it's a variety of things.
You know what I find when that happens? It's a stretch. It's a haul, but it's so fun.
Yeah.
You're in the moment.
Right.
You're loving every second.
Right.
And you can rest later.
Exactly. And I think about, I could be in some nursing home playing marbles with some, remember marbles? Playing marbles.
I love marbles.
I know, me too. Well, okay, then doing something, like shuffleboard or something, but I'm not, and so lucky, how lucky are we to have this, and I also walked the bridge several mornings this week, which is
great.
A beautiful time of year to walk the bridge. It's fantastic. Yeah, people don't know what we're talking about, but we have a big bridge
So we don't have elevation in Florida, but in Sarasota we have this long span fixed bridge. So that is the elevation that you can get. So I have a patient who is hysterical, and she is a diehard pickleball player, right?
Oh, okay.
Diehard. And she was telling me the funniest story about how she went for micro needling, a facial.
Right.
And she was like, Jenny, you're not cut out for it because, this thing hurts. Like, this hurts. You can't, you're too baby.
Right.
Her face, she had a big red patch right here, right? So she goes to her pickleball, and one of the guys comes over and he goes, oh, yeah, I know how you got that thing there. You went for the shot, but you were using the wrong angle, and the paddle came and hit, and she looks at him and she was like, that's right. That's what happened.
Oh, my God.
But I mean, just dumb little everyday life stories like that.
Yeah.
Make my week.
Yeah. We should make that as a regular part of the podcast. Dumb stories that happened to you this week.
Oh.
Yeah, that would be fun.
Oh, how much time do we have for that?
Yeah. Well, we'd have to, narrow it down time-wise. But
no, I think that's a great one. Let's do a show on dumbest idea of the week or dumbest story of the week.
Yeah.
I think that's a good one. Yeah.
Is it gone now?
Yeah. It's perfect.
So can you see the eye thing?
Barely.
Yeah, good. So
that's amazing.
Yeah, just by way of background, I had a basal cell.
Okay, we're back. Nate, we're back now.
Yeah. So
not last week, but in general, you had a surgical procedure.
Yeah, 2 weeks ago.
Oh, 2 weeks ago. Okay.
They found a basal cell when they did my annual skin checkup, which, by the way, everybody needs to get annual skin checkups, no matter where you live, but particularly if you live in Florida. I have friends who actually go twice a year or more often just to get checked. It's so super important, especially since I met a woman recently whose husband died of melanoma at 56. So you got to get checked. So when they checked me, they found a basal cell 1 inch below my right eye, which shocks me because I slather on sunscreen the second I get up. Like I literally slather it on, but on my face. So I was shocked that I found one. But anyway, they found one. They went in, they dug it out. It had no margin, so it was just one dig. You know how in Mohs surgery, they go in and they dig, and then they look under the microscope, and they come back, and blah, 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 blah. So it's just one. That's the good news. The bad news is I had a black eye, like somebody punched me out because I wouldn't, move out of the way in a, line or something. I don't know. And so I had a black eye, but now it seems to be gone. Don't you think? You don't really see
totally
anything
gone.
now.
I see nothing.
Right.
That's amazing. So did they numb it up? Like they had to put
they numbed it up.
Needles in there?
No, I think could they have done topical numbing? I don't remember needles, but I could be wrong. Yeah, so anyway, they numbed it up. And then she went in and dug it out. And I was kind of surprised. The scar was, whatever that is, half an inch or so. I was kind of surprised at that because the dot itself was almost microscopic, the basal cell dot. But anyway, so it's all good. So
I am relieved, and I am so thankful that the margins were clear. It was basal cell.
Basal,
and we're moving on with life.
Yeah.
That's crazy. So did she change up your sunscreen or recommend anything different? Or?
No, and curiously, now that you mention it, she never even asked me what kind of sunscreen I use. But I do use a really good one that's doctor recommended, but I'm kind of surprised to your question that she never even asked that, and we never reviewed it. But anyway, I do use a good sunscreen.
I am relieved that you are okay. I hate sunscreen. I hate it. I wear sun shirts, sun pants, I wear leggings. I wear anything I can wear to avoid sunscreen. It just feels, but I know it's so important. And hats, I'm into hats.
Yeah.
Big hats. So
So I'm also a candidate, right? I'm a fair-skinned, blue-eyed person. So I'm a good,
Irish?
I'm an Irish good candidate. Yeah. So
super important to protect yourself. I'm glad you're okay.
Yeah.
I didn't have anything like that in my week. I did have some employee turnover in the office, which is always interesting. And running I feel like dentistry is one position, and then finding staff turnover is another.
Right.
And that's very interesting and very...
Where did that person go? Why did they leave?
Creative. You know what? Honestly, I don't remember the particulars.
Okay.
It's just... when it's not going to work, it's like a round peg in a square hole or whatever, or vice versa, whatever that saying is.
Right.
that was the feeling of it. So,
Right.
move on.
Yeah.
Wish you the best.
And,
but
and,
let's
and,
find
and it
another
makes
one.
it so much easier on the employer when the employee's like, okay, I'm leaving, I'm finding another job. And that way you don't have to
Oh.
begin the process, which is
Yeah.
a hard, complicated process to get rid of somebody. Yeah.
It's a hard road to hoe.
Yeah.
I am full of analogies today,
There
aren't
you
I?
go. You're farmer. You're like a farmer, Jenny.
I know. Sawing down a log. Sawing down a log. Well, anyway, so this one was a short, sweet, and fast little run through of our week. Hope everybody out there in TV land or social media land or whatever we call it has a great week or had a great week. And yeah, thank you for listening. We appreciate it.
Open wide.
Cheers. We thank you for listening and hope you enjoyed this podcast. If you did, please share this show with friends and family and subscribe to our YouTube channel. This way, you'll never miss weekly drops. Stay strong, dream big, and floss your teeth.